Hello everybody, it's me, your boy Cryptid. So everybody's enjoying the new patch, the new character, everything's all well and good, except for a couple things. Now I hate to be that guy to just talk about and harp on certain things, but it's honestly out of me wanting the game to be better. Realistically. And the first thing we need to talk about is something I've mentioned before in my videos, is the money issue. Yeah, they're giving us 200,000 every day to try and compensate and keep people up. But what happens when that ends? Are they just going to keep giving us money in the mail instead of fixing the underlying problem of whenever I do any kind of simulation, I make no money off of it unless I do specifically the money one, and even then it's 60 energy for only 100k when you need millions to level up a character. It's just it doesn't particularly add up, and it doesn't make sense. Like, I honestly, this one should not exist, and they should spread this out over every little thing you do. You should get money for. I think you should get 100,000 per 20 at the rate that you consume the money in this game. Like I said, you can't build characters. Like, I try and build different characters because I want to build different team comps, but I only really have one good team at the moment. And that's going to be my Kayron, Veronica, and Mika. That's my main team at the moment. I've been trying to build up Mei Lin. I use Calipe sometimes depending on the situation because I have some pretty good cards with her. But it makes it so hard to try and build and play with the characters you get, and in turn makes it hard for you to want to pull on characters to begin with. Because if you want a character that comes out, are you really going to pull for that character when you can't do anything with them? If you're like, oh, let's use Yuki, for example. I want Yuki. She's the character I want to play. I want to main. Well, if you are in late game chaos at any point, whether you're in late game for the the event chaos, which I'm working my way up there, or you're in late game for the normal zero mode, you can't just level a character up and not do anything with them. You have to, you know, depending on the characters, like take Renoa, for example. I want to use Renoa, but I have nothing going on with her. You kind of want to invest a little bit so they can do some damage. Now, granted, a lot of this stuff revolves around the basics, but still, you want those basics to do a little bit more damage to help you in the early parts of every chaos mode. Now, they're not very good late game unless you keep them in with certain characters like Mei Lin, but they're still good in the general sense. Now, I could just run her just with this, but then that's not even counting the levels themselves, as well as the potentials and leveling up fragments, and then it just becomes a lot. Because if I want Renoa, well, I mean, she can work with other characters, but now you got to look at, well, I kind of want to build up Ray if you don't have Ray built up, and then Nia is like her best in slot support for the discarding, and it just becomes a lot. That is the main thing they need to do, and like I said, they just need to spread out the money across everything so you can get a constant source of income, as well as, I think a good change would be increasing the amount of money that you can get from trashing bad deck sets that you get at the end of every chaos. Instead of like 1,000, 500, maybe give us like 20,000 for it. And maybe lower the amount it takes to wipe memories when people go crazy. I don't know, just things like that. It just feels so simple for them to do. Instead, they're just like, well, we'll just give them money in the mail and hope it just band-aids the situation. Now, they have been doing great with retroactively adding the level up materials. These things are great that they added all this stuff so you can level up different characters, but it doesn't help when you don't have the money to do it. Because if you go through this, a lot of this is just materials. Like, you get some 40,000, 60,000, That goes away in an instant. Not even a thought, a blink, and it gone. It's they're not even doing that every level, which it definitely would help. I mean, almost 300,000 there, but still, you go through all this, 360,000, and you just, there feels like there's no money involved at all. 400,000 again. These 400,000s, these 100,000s go away so fast if you're trying to level up anybody. That's the main thing. The second thing is this new event doesn't even feel tailored besides the draw mechanic to Yuki. She kind of feels left behind. If anything, it feels more like they're setting up for Chizuru back here than they are for Yuki, even though she's like the starring character. They can do better. They need to stop doing this apology stuff. Like, yeah, cool, it's fun, it's nice that we get all these things in the mail for apology this, apology that, we messed up this, so we're just going to give you cakes and do this and do that. Just fix the stuff. Quit apologizing, quit sending us stuff in the mail, and just fix it so we don't have to worry about it anymore. I feel like it's just a simple thing that needs to be done. Yeah, I mean, so that's really the main thing. I mean, if you can't build up characters that come out, if you can't sell the characters that people want because they feel not bottlenecked in real life, but in the game, what are you going to do? You're going to try and send out these characters and people are going to, I can't build Yuki because I got to save up for Chizuru, but I don't know what Chizuru is because we have no drip marketing of this character, so we can't even pre-farm. It's a sucky situation for a great game because they just made stupid mistakes. But I mean, they just need to stop doing band-aids fixes, and they just need to fix the core issue. And once the whole money thing is fixed, like, I know people complain about, the money in the games feel useless because it's such an abundance. Well, I'd rather have that as a problem than not being able to do anything at all because the game makes me broke. Because it takes 500,000 just to promote the character. That's not even counting the levels between 50 to 60. I don't know, maybe I'm just out of touch. But I feel like they need to be a little bit more, conscious of what they're doing to the player base, because people had to specifically give up on every character they had to build this new character just to have enough money. They had to specifically farm money on a day-to-day basis instead of farming other things like gear for the character or potentials for the character. No, they had to drop everything and funnel energy, precious energy, into the unit farm, which is ridiculous. It is just ridiculous. If anything, I think this section should just be cut off in general, and these 3 items should just be spread out just randomly through these things. Like that would make things better. This whole section I feel like is unnecessary. Like, yeah, maybe you get double doing these 2, you can leave these 2, this one needs to get cut out, and then partner depending on what you're doing. Like if you're doing this one, you can get character XP. If you're doing this one, you get partner XP with it. I feel like it just makes sense. I feel like how they have it just is so out of touch. Like they were thinking too much instead of trying to streamline everything. But let me know if you guys still feel the same way, even with all the compensation, because the compensation is going to run out. And then they're either going to fix the system or keep apologizing and keep giving us compensation. But even then, the compensation, unless you have nothing to do in the game, you built all the characters you need, that runs out immediately trying to do anything. I'm trying to keep it all together and save up a little bit and only do a little bit at a time, but even then it still runs out. But those are my thoughts, those are my feelings, those are what I think they should do in the game. Let me know if you agree, let me know if you disagree, and have a good one. Peace.